Hello, welcome to this overview of the ESS Small Business SME Leadership Package. This package comprises 9 separate modules, and I'm going to work through those so that you get an overview of what's included in this package. Teamwork. The purpose is to confirm your understanding of what makes good teams and the dynamics that drive their formation and development. So the material takes you through the journey. What makes a good team? Why are some teams less successful than others? What are necessary attributes to team dynamics? And the material will take you through the stages of team growth, looking at forming, storming, norming, and performing. The 4 stages of team growth. The material will take you through an overview of traps for team members and common traps for team leaders to think about. And there's a list of characteristics of effective teams. The next module is making the difference. And the purpose is to provide guidance on key leadership functions, attitudes, behaviour and skills that will assist managers and supervisors at all levels to improve workplace relationship performance and productivity. One of the important points there for you to realise is the ESS material relative to leadership is not just for the CEO or general manager. It's for people at all levels in the management chain, because everyone needs to understand their role in the leadership team. So making the difference analyses the difference between leadership or management and introduces the candidates to people skills and looks at a leader's qualities and characteristics. The material also includes some comments that have been gained directly from team members as to what they are looking for in their leaders. Obviously, leaders need to set the example, and there's some discussion on this very important point. And then some discussions on developing leadership ability and making difference, the key points that are involved. The next area we want to look at is people skills, to provide guidance on the people skills that are essential for leaders at all levels to create the environment in which team members work willingly together to achieve common goals. This is not easy, and people who are aspiring for leadership need to be briefed on the skills that they will need to develop to be able to effectively undertake their leadership role. And the first thing to stress is nobody is perfect, and attitudes and behaviours can all affect how skills are translated to other people. There are some comments on desired behaviours that an organisation might have, comments on competence, and the very important aspect that leaders should be setting the example. Developing relationships and trusts is a very important component of the leadership puzzle for someone wanting to become a leader. So this module's purpose is to further develop participants' leadership skills by providing guidance on how to foster the development of good relationships and trust within the team. There does need to be relationships and trust within teams. And leaders should be very conscious of trying to strengthen those relationships and strengthen the trust. Motivation's a very important area, and the purpose is to broaden your understanding, the person undertaking the leadership training, of what motivates people and what leaders can do to create the environment in which individuals and teams commit to optimum performance. This is very important in a business context, but indeed it's very important in charities and not-for-profits just the same. So the motivation module considers some assumptions about people and looks at intrinsic motivators and also extrinsic motivators, and looks at matters that could be considered to be demotivators. What can management do to ensure that the team are not being demotivated? So the emphasis should then be on what are the motivators for this particular team. Counselling and coaching. The purpose is to provide guidelines for basic counselling and coaching support to assist team members in their development. The three main causes of performance problems in the workplace are discussed. Skills deficit. So managers or leaders need to be able to clearly identify and articulate what the skills deficits are with themselves and with their team, and then set about implementation appropriate training procedures so as to ensure that the skills deficits are overcome. The performance deficit is a different subject because it gets back to whether the team members are pulling their weight, whether they're working to their best of their ability. And is that the reason why there's a deficit? And the resource deficit, what additional resources or improved resources does the team need to be able to perform at its maximum efficiency? And managers need to be conscious of identifying any additional resources, whether human, mechanical, computers, technology, that the team needs. Counselling is encouraging the leader to sit down and talk to individual team members to see what's worrying them, and then to undertake some coaching to encourage all members of the team to be performing their role to the best of their ability. Coaching needs to be planned. Delegation. Delegation is very important in businesses. The owner or the CEO or the general manager, or indeed any leader in the business, normally cannot do it all. Delegation needs to be made in a responsible manner. So the purpose is to explain the benefits that can be obtained from delegating, the process, how it works, to whom and how, including planning. The benefits of delegation are very important. There is a benefit in the delegator being able to have some of his or her work responsibility given to someone else to do. But delegation needs to be done in a responsible manner. The delegator should make sure that before they delegate to someone, that other person has been appropriately trained in how to perform that particular task that is going to be delegated to them. And delegation really does bring to the fore the question, what is the best use of time? Time is a very finite resource, of course. So how does a senior manager delegating 100 hours of his or her time, what's the benefit for the organisation? Bearing in mind it is also a very important professional development or staff training exercise for the person who has been delegated to, because they're going to learn some new skills, some new aspects of the business that they probably didn't know in the past. Leaders should be conscious of determining what are the prerequisites before a delegation process starts. And the key one, I believe, is making sure that the persons to be delegated to understand the process of delegation and have been appropriately trained in how to perform that role. And that's why it's very important to be able to identify what to delegate. And to whom? Is it being delegated to someone who is appropriate? And how the delegation process then is going to be planned and controlled. Problem solving. A purpose to improve your problem solving and decision making abilities, which will enable you to better develop plans. Problem solving is a very important aspect of leadership, whether it's a military problem, a government problem, a town planning problem, a production problem in your business, or meeting a problem that only occurred 1 minute ago, because that's more likely what is likely to happen in a business, in a small, medium enterprise. That most people operating in a small, medium enterprise will not have an experienced team available to them, like someone within the military, within a university, or within a larger business would have. So problem solving needs to be thought through. First of all, there may be a very good reason to have a brainstorming session with the team, the ones who are available. Because if there's a problem, it probably is urgent. So there's not the luxury of waiting for an internal report to be prepared. Decisions need to be made. This is part of leadership. What is the problem? If the leader wishes to discuss it with the team need to be quickly briefed as to what the problem is. And the leader needs to be stressing to the team that they need to concentrate on this particular issue. No use bringing up other matters. And then what's the logic for going about this, and how do we help solve it? The SME leadership package is a product package that's been prepared to assist small, medium enterprises, company directors and officers of companies, charities and not-for-profits, sporting organisations, churches, develop their leadership skills for their team. You can subscribe to the overall package, which is what I've just taken you through, or each of those modules is available within ESS Small Business as a separate standalone package that you can subscribe for. Thank you for your interest. If you have any questions that we haven't answered, please send me an email, peter@essbiztools.com.au. Have a great day. Goodbye.